Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today, our guest is from the Fitchburg Historical Society, and it's Adrian Imolkowski. Now, a regular face. I think people might recognize you now. You've been on here a few times. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely. We love having you. Just off the top, I just want to talk a little bit about the Fitchburg Historical Society, because some people might not even know that we had one or where they can find the stuff that you guys are all working on over there. So what's going on over there?
Thank you very much. The Fitchburg Historical Society has been working very diligently over the past year to get our website up and functional. So we do have a website called fitchburghistory.org, and you can get it by www.fitchburghistory.org. And the Fitchburg Historical Society also has a Facebook page. So you have those two types of media to get information about the society.
Yep.
And we recently had the permission to display a 100-year-old quilt that's up for display in the area of the Fitchburg room where our offices are.
Right.
And that has signatures of people from Fitchburg and Madison who went to St. Raphael's Cathedral, and the quilt was built to help secure funds for people who were indigent.
Yeah.
And so they sold the quilt and obtained money. And then the quilt was found lately, and it's on display, but it's also photographed and on the website.
That's awesome.
So you can go to the website and look at it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the website, we have our activities are shown. We're in the process of digitizing the obituaries that we keep records of, and those are being put onto the website for genealogical purposes.
Yeah.
So there's quite a bit going on at
lot.
the Fitchburg Historical Society,
Yeah.
and we'd appreciate people looking at it and using it.
Absolutely. Get out there. It's a great bunch of resources. And like I said, they've been working super hard on it. So get out there, check that stuff out.
Right.
And one of the things that you guys have been working on very hard is getting together your annual meeting for the Fitchburg Historical Society.
It's our fall meeting.
Your
Our
fall
annual meeting
meeting.
is in April.
Got it. Sorry.
And this
The
is
fall
the second meeting.
Okay.
No.
Yep. So the fall meeting is coming up. 'Cause
Right.
We're in the fall. So that
Right.
makes sense.
Uh,
It's a really, really interesting topic, and it's about the fish hatchery right here in Fitchburg.
That's correct.
So you brought a little bit of history of it yourself here for us today, too.
Right. First of all, I want to let you know, to begin with, that the Historical Society invited Jason Heimbach, who's an operations technician with 20 years experience with the Department of Natural Resources, and he's been at the fish hatchery working for the last 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So he's quite knowledgeable. And he's going to talk about the day-to-day operations of the fish hatchery and what goes on inside the mystery of the fish hatchery.
It is a mystery. I
Yes.
gotta say, you see it all the time.
Right.
What's happening in there?
And you go past it every day if you ride on Fish
Right.
Hatchery Road, because the entrance to the fish hatchery, as you know, is just south of the Beltline off of Fish Hatchery Road. And so Jason is going to be speaking about that to our guests at our meeting, which is on Sunday, October 28th at the second floor conference room
Perfect.
of the Fitchburg Public Library. And we wish to invite everyone who's listening to come and enjoy his presentation and bring their stories about what the fish hatchery meant to them,
Yeah.
how they visited, what their family did in relation to the fish hatchery.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a million stories about that fish hatchery.
I would think so. I think, in olden days past, I think it was required that students be taken to visit the
really?
fish hatchery.
That's very cool.
And I know in earlier times they had recreational activities where families could picnic and whatever. And we don't do that now. But it did happen before, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of stories along those lines.
Absolutely. And I'm itching. Now you got me interested. So I need to know what's some of this information that you've brought to us today about the fish hatchery. I gotta know.
Well, the fish hatchery, the land was purchased for the fish hatchery in 1876 in an area of the northern part of Fitchburg called Nine Springs, which makes sense because they need the water to hatch the fish.
Sure.
So 40 acres of land were purchased by DNR for a fish hatchery, and that fish hatchery has been operational since 1876.
Wow.
It isn't the most technological, but it still functions and does its job. And I'm sure there are plenty of little fishes being caught by anglers in Wisconsin that started their lives at the fish hatchery.
Absolutely.
The fish hatchery was called Nine Springs Recreational Area, and then I don't know when, I couldn't find the date, but sometime in the past, the name was changed to Nevin State Fish Hatchery because James Nevin was one of the first or second or third fish hatchery commissioners who supervised the fish hatchery from approximately 1890 to 1910. And so they changed the name to honor him.
Okay.
And
So that's where the name came from.
that's where the name came from, right?
Okay.
But the 40 acres of land were purchased, like I said earlier, to place the fish hatchery there.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yes.
And we still see that name reflected all over there. The golf course still has the Nine Springs name to it as well.
And just like the Fitchburg Historical Society has a Facebook site, the Nevin Fish Hatchery also has a Facebook site, and you can, view pictures of the grounds, etc.
Yeah.
And not even go there, but you can see what's going on there.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really well preserved still to this day. It's some of the buildings that are there. It's really incredible place. So
Yes.
I can't wait to hear even more.
Good.
I mean, I think, like what you said, having other people come and kind of share stories about it, I think it's going to be a really, really awesome opportunity for people to hear about something right here in Fitchburg.
Well, we welcome everyone to come. The presentation is free and open to the public, and it's at 1:30 on Sunday, October 28th. And it will last about 2 hours, so you'll be able to get home before the Packer game starts.
Perfect. Look at that.
And so it's a win-win for everyone.
It is. It's going to be an awesome day. So yeah, I encourage everyone to get out there again. One more time, Fitchburg Public Library is where it's going to be at Sunday, October 28th at 1:30 p.m. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. And when you're over there, you can go check out that quilt that we talked about earlier as well. So do that. Get out there. Also check out their Facebook page and website because you guys have been working very hard. We'd love for people to take a look at that.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being on here again. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and wrap up the show.